Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Skyrealm here at Homie and the Dude. I'm Bodhi, your unexceptional dungeon master, and I'm joined by our exceptional cast of players today. Quickly, before we get into this episode, I want to give a couple of shout-outs. Shout out to Ben and Becky, our editing team. Shout out to Victor, Josh, and Alex, the art team. And shout out to our official sponsor for this series, Underground Oracle Publishing. If you've been enjoying any of Blake's character Toad, if, for example, just the race and lineage that he's playing, or any of the spells or things like that he's using, that is all Underground Oracle Publishing's content they have allowed us to use in this stream. So if you're enjoying that, go check out their third-party D&D supplements. They're the best around. Otherwise, guys, last episode, our players entered the Torrential bathhouse into the dingy basement below, where the Claw Mafia host a fight night. There we found out that Arnar has an alter ego called the Mole, his pugilist self, where he gets into scuffles behind everyone's back apparently. And after a fight in the pit with Thonk, Arnar emerged victorious before the team headed up to the Don's secret war room on the top floor of the bathhouse to unveil some very important information to him. So, if you're sitting comfortably, let's begin. You guys are still down in the fight club. Please go for it, guys. What would you like to talk about, Arnar and Toad?
I think Arnar goes into like a locker room.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably empty at this point, just somewhere to be kind of in private conference with his friend. And he kind of just sits down with his head hung low for a second, and then he looks up at Toad.
Right there, it was a good job there. Really, that groin shot, combination was really, really good.
Thank you. Toad.
Hey. Hey, you don't have to. Hey, it's all good. It's all you don't need to. You don't have to tell me everything. I mean, you have your own life, so it's fine. You don't. There's nothing.
You are my brother, and to feel like I've kept something from you feels disingenuous and wrong, and this is... When I was younger, I was still living with my mother, and she was this fantastic warrior. She only had one arm. She had lost the other one in battle, but she taught me many different moves and how to fight, and that was her contribution to me. And it was... I lost that when I came here to study and to distance myself from my past, but it feels empty without that piece of me. And though I don't like the mask I need to put on for this to function properly, it's something that keeps me sane, and I just wish you hadn't found out this way. I wish I was able to tell you, but that is my mistake, and I am sorry for keeping this from you.
No, like I said, it's fine. Like, I mean, I admit I I did get a little hurt. I mean, I got in my feelings a little bit, but like I said, whenever you're ready to tell me that, that's fine. So, like I said, I'm already getting over it, but I'm glad you found this though, because it sounds like I could be wrong, but maybe like a connection to your mother. And I don't know if I've asked this, has she passed on? Is she still?
She is, as far as I'm aware, she might still be alive, but I don't know. We Battleborn tend not to live very long, so I do not know. We have not been in contact for a very long time.
Maybe, once we get this mess sorted, maybe we can try to find her, because I don't know, you brought up kind of a lot to me, and I feel like, anyone that can raise someone like you, I think she's just be pretty dang awesome. So I don't know, I think that's worthy of our services to see if we can, we're the best run anyways at finding things, so maybe we can.
I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I think I'm a bit disappointing as I am right now, and I'd like to present something of value to her the next time I see her.
Something that I've come to learn, I think, is that we think we know what other people are thinking and feeling, but I think the percentage, I think you may have told me, the percentage is something super low where what we think someone else is thinking is actually incorrect. So I don't know, I mean, maybe just being there might just be enough in itself, but I don't know. But no, like I said, it's and I think it's cool that's kind of cool. You have that kind of performance thing out there, kind of reminds me of performing myself. So I think that's kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Like I said, it's a good release.
I do need a ring manager or coach if you would feel inclined to.
I mean, I was gonna ask, but yeah, brother, for sure. Like, and if you want that, for sure, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I'd do that. So yeah, that'd be no problem.
I swear to you now that I will not keep anything from you. If you ask me something, I will answer you forthright.
Hey, yeah, and hey, I'm not, I need to, Bodhi, what was the name of the person I spoke to get information when finding out about the Manchurian? Who did I speak to about that?
Constantine Plainview.
So, I know you're looking for someone, and I may have gotten a little bit of insider knowledge, I guess you could say, about the person who stole your work. And so I apologize. I should have come to you before looking into it. So, brother, I'm not innocent either. So I do apologize for that. But I have found some information on where we can find him, or where you can. I know. It's a fencing club. Something, I guess maybe something like this, like an underground kind of.
That's so fucking particular. I should have guessed. That makes too much sense. Fencing.
Yeah.
What a cleft asshole. Of course it's fencing.
Was he known for that? I mean, I don't know much about it. Was that something he was?
He's just, if something is tawdry or rich or gilded, he must have it, because that's his entire personality. Because he's simply gilded, he's putting up a front to hide the disgusting, slimy insides of himself from everyone who decides to surround him like the sycophantic fools that they are.
Oh. sorry, so get used to seeing it so animated about someone still, but
I'm sorry.
no, nothing to be
a
sorry
little out
about.
of
Seriously,
sorts.
there's nothing to be
Typically,
sorry about.
when I kind of slip into the persona of the mall, my mind gets a little muddled with words and the like. But
Do you have fun being in the mall at all? I mean, is that it's okay if you
No.
do.
no, it's just for business. I studied people for 3 weeks. I would just come here and watch people fight, listen to what they say, how they said it, what voice they used, and I don't enjoy it. I enjoy being in the pit, but being somebody else is not for me. It's something I struggle with deep down.
I don't know, maybe why not just try being just R&R then? I mean, if you win fights, I mean, as long as you keep winning, who's to say they're gonna kick you out of it? I'll be there too, like, you know what I mean? Like, at no matter what decision you make on that, like, I'll still be cheering you on. So, if I'm going there as R&R, like, I'll be cheering the hell out of R&R. So, I'm just saying.
Thank you, friend.
Again, and I apologize. Like I said, I got in my feelings. I shouldn't have just flown off like that. Like, I apologize. I
No,
got in my feelings
I
a little bit.
appreciate it. We are detectives. This is what we do. And I hold out a finger to do the little handshake we got.
Hell yeah.
Boom bop, boom bop, boom bop. Whatever we got going on.
So it's like 18. It's like 18 little
18
different
intricate
steps.
steps.
Yeah. Amazing. Do you guys then from there proceed to make your way upstairs, or are you guys going to the bar?
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
As you guys get into the lift and make your way up, you see the same things I described to the other lot. And as the lift kind of arrives, you guys have been stood in the room for a second, and the dark figure has kind of been leant back. You can see their arms, though, are covered in like black fur with blue stripes. And you hear like footsteps over to your right. As you look over to your right, you can see a giant cat is kind of walking across the room towards you. This black, like panther-looking like creature that has roses growing out of its fur and is kind of just walking. And the gentleman sat across from you. You see the gentleman lean forward into the light of the fire above him, and he says, "Don't mind Regala. Pleasure to meet you all. And what can I do for you today on the night of the fight night? What may I do for all of you?" And what you can now see is this cat-like person with this black fur and blue lines, basically. And you can see that he's got hands that are basically backwards. And he's holding a long stiletto cigarette in one of his hands as he does. This is who you see in front of you.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh snap.
Whoa.
Is that a spine?
Dang.
That is a spine. You see,
Holy
he stands
shit, this
up.
guy's hard.
He stands up and grabs his cane, which is made out of vertebra of a spine. He kind of takes a toke from his cigarette, his hands backwards. Who would like to talk first? There.
Geo, having understood a lot of the history of the water runners and everything that's been told to him through secondhand about travails and the historical hero stories of his uncle, feels like somehow this is his moment. He has been waiting to step forward and proclaim himself as ready to be part of the water runners. And so he looks to everyone else and no one has said anything for a beat. And he takes a breath and he rolls up his sleeves to show his black stains and his white stains on his arms, and he says, "We're here because we've heard you need help And we are here because we believe in the water runners. Ah. And my name is Sergio. And my last name is Shelby.
Ah. You see a smile rip across his face. A Shelby, is it? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he looks at you in the eyes and he goes, are you that Shelby?
I could never be that Shelby. But I can be someone that never stops until I find the answer to what happened to that Shelby.
Well, I assume by Sergio you mean Sir Gio. It is an honor to meet one of the royal family of the Mizuhiro. And you see him bow to Gio.
Shit.
He stops. He turns and Amani steps forward. She goes, my Dawn, I have brought you these people. They have recently joined the Water Runners, and they have been experiencing some very strange things recently. I'll let them explain it to you, but we thought it best if we tell you and then you decide the best course of action. My Dawn. She kind of bows and steps back into line. And he looks to you, and he goes, what would you like to tell me here today?
Sergio looks around to see if anyone else is prepared to step forward.
Well, I mean, so what are they? Okay, so we're just trying to tell them what happened with the. What information are we? Because we didn't talk about this before, so.
Yeah. Also, Evis puts like a gentle, like, comforting hand on Gio, just to be like, I got you. You're here. You're safe. Like the way that Gio has done the same for Evis multiple times throughout this journey so far.
Quick question: is Evis wearing a leather glove?
Yes, yeah. They're not taking them off
Good job.
unless absolutely necessary.
At this point, Blanco's just a bit confused because Gio's acted like, like this under sort of like naive thing, but he's just been called Sergio and bowed down to by the Don. So Blanco's actually speechless at this point. So when the Dons are asking people to speak, Blanco's just sort of like so confused. He's like just looking around, like just wondering what is going on.
What is it you
Do you
encountered?
have any answers for us? Oh, go ahead.
Well, what is it you encountered?
We
Well,
were traveling with your good man, Ólafur, who's shown...
See Ólafur just kind of over there, over to the side.
who has shown great bravery, and we encountered a ship that tried to overtake us from I'm not sure who the group was, but they looked like they were bandits or pirates.
Ah, freebooters, maybe.
Maybe. But things happened during that battle, and one of the things happened was, I'm not exactly sure how or why, but I encountered Zach Gladius. And
See
it wasn't,
his eyes just widen.
like I've told the group, and again, he sort of makes his arms a little bit more prominent. What he told me was that the second 40 stone lives, and it is our mission, our life mission, to try to make right in the sky realm what has been made wrong. And we stand before you as your servants. and we stand before you as humble soldiers of the Defiant.
At this point, Ron, you hear that voice in your head pick back up, and it says, "So the Dawn is part of the Defiant, and you're traveling with a royal of the Misuhira family. Now, if we can rid the world of him, that would be a magnificent feat." And it disappears again from your head.
I'm just thinking, is he talking about the Don or Sergio? Like, wasn't very clear. Okay.
You see, the Dawn looks at you and goes, "You encountered Zach Gladius. Where did you encounter Zach Gladius? And who told you about the Defiant, young turtle prince?"
I look at the group and I have a moment where I consider sharing the information that was shared with us, and I decide I'm not going to, and I say, with regard to Zach Gladius, I believe I was killed during that battle. And as I remember it, I fell to another place. I don't know what it was. I don't understand what happened, but there in that other place was an old, wise being that introduced themselves as Zach Gladius. And I was dead. And Zach Gladius told me the story that I have told you, and brought me back to deliver the message, first to this group, and then to others in the Defiant. As I understand it, my uncle, Sir Ace Shelby, was a councilman of the Defiant, and I aspire to be the one too. I would like to be a council member one day, and I will lay my life down to do whatever to bring pride to my family. King Stan Shelby, Queen Bee Shelby, Sir Akko Shelby, and the rest of the Mitsuhira. I stand before you as a future member, hopefully, of the Council of the Defiant. And that's how I know.
Young Sergio, your words strike true with me, and I appreciate your want to help. Also, I am very sorry about your uncle. He served with my father for many years on the council. At this point, Ólafur in the break steps forward and says, "Don, I was the one who told them about the Defiant. I believed, based on the information that they told me, that it was important that they needed to know so that we could get them to you, and then we could work out what we were going to do. What are we going to do with this 40 stone?" And the Don goes, "Silence, Ólafur. I shall deal with you in a moment."
As it's going on, Toad's gonna fly and just perch himself on Geo's shoulder. Like as soon as he starts seeing Geo like really get into it, like he's gonna just like gently just kind of land on his shoulder.
Oh yeah, when did we get in here? When during that?
I was gonna say, did we get in here?
Yeah, you guys have been in there. They were kind of stood in his silence, and then you guys came up as this all began. The Don kind of.
So definitely fly and just gently go on his shoulder.
The Don looks at you all and goes, "Well, I'm sure you can all imagine. I have not gotten to the place that I am from trusting people who walk in off the streets. So why don't I say this? I have something that I need done. If you are able to accomplish this task, I'd be happy to give you more information to possibly aid you as one of the Defiant Council members. However, if you do not complete this task, then I find that you have spoken to someone else about this meeting, I will fucking hunt each and every one of you, and there is no part of this sky realm where you could hide that I could not find you. So hear me now. There is something big, and he begins kind of pacing, happening here in the city. The trial of a young half-elf gentleman called Barnaby is coming up very soon. He has been wrongly accused of poisoning the Uptown Reservoir's water supply. We know this is fake because he has an alibi. He was not even there. But the Imperials have imprisoned him. And his trial begins in 3 days. We believe that the Imperials are trying to impose some sort of curfew on those of us in downtown. It will allow them to move more of their forces here into my territory. We cannot have this happen. So I task you with this. Break the young half-elf out. And while you're in the reservoir, bleed them dry. Take all of the crystal that is in the reservoir. Bring him and the water back to me. I shall trust you. Shall allow you into the inner circle. And we shall plan how we shall proceed with this 40 stone. Furthermore, this trial is happening one day before the Fuyu Itari festival. And you know, well, are you from here? Do you know of the Fuyu Itari festival?
Yeah, but I assume would Arnar and Toad know?
How many
I
years
assume
have you guys been in
right?
the city?
I mean, I studied here for a while, like since
Yeah.
I was like a teen.
Oh,
so
100%. You guys definitely know about it. The rest of you, probably not so much. He sees some...
No,
word.
I would know nothing of this.
No, never heard of it.
He sees some heads shake and he goes, the Fuyu Itari festival is the festival of light and water. During the 3rd year after the Shadow Day, on the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, the shadow from the Imperial City covers all of Uptown, reaching all the way to the edge of the Carlisle compound. Meaning that Uptown is in full darkness for 12 hours, as is the rest of the city, for it seems like the consistent rest of existence. However, on this 3rd year, the northern lanterns were lit, and as usual during the winter solstice, many people began filling to the streets. However, after the recent death of Zenobia, the first Defiant, the people from downtown and midtown marched upon Uptown. They made their way through the city, and as they reached the Imperial District, where there is no island covering above, they all began looking upwards, saying prayers of their own to the sky. And at this moment, whether the gods heard them or the Imperials simply felt a guilt, it began raining from above. The people were covered in beautiful water. And as this happened, everyone's screams of joy and passion began rising. Everyone lifted a fist to the sky and began screaming for Zenobia, their hero. This is the Fuyu Atari Festival. Every year we march upon the Imperial District to celebrate those who gave their lives for the cause of the Defiant. I believe the reason they have done this trial the day before the festival is so that the march cannot happen as well. So I stand here asking you, you may leave here and we may never talk of this again if you wish. Or you may accept my offer, complete the task, and join the Defiant for real.
Waiting for an answer. I'm down. Sounds like an honourable cause. If rocks could sweat, I'd be sweating like crazy. But yeah, is everyone else? What is thoughts, guys? What's going on?
We had a conversation on the ship, and I know, Blanco, you have a side mission that's really important to you. And Evis, we haven't really spoken about your god, and I sense the turmoil that you've been in. In Toad and R&R, we have a business that we've started, and we've even started a band, and I just feel like we're connected in a way, financially and creatively, but this is a whole other thing. And if you guys want to separate from me, I understand. But to you, Don, I say I'm in.
The prince with the balls, it would seem. He turns Imani and Ólafur. I'm sure you can help the rest of the group and aid them with this task. But what say the rest of you? Your prince has spoken.
I smacked Gio on the head lightly with the whipped hand. Like, yeah, of course we're gonna be into, yeah, well, Toad's in, I mean, come on now. Ain't no way we'll let a prince go on out there and tell him, so, yeah, Toad's in.
Gio smiles.
Gio.
It's a moment of comfort.
I've known you for so long now, and to find this new piece of you, it's exciting to learn a little bit more about your history. You deserve to have the spotlight as well. Anything to help you, my brother.
And Gio is sort of like, quite welling up, and Blanco understands this sort of raw emotion. And he says, my mission has been my mission for a couple of years. It can wait. I will be with you. So Gio, I take the vow to be by your side, and maybe then you can be by my side and help me on my mission.
The Dawn turns to look at R&R and says, what does the mole say to this?
Don, I prefer you call me R&R outside of business hours, but...
He chuckles.
This is incredibly illegal and not tax deductible, but it is the right thing to do. I'm in.
Well, as you are all happy to proceed. I'm sure Imani can give you some advice on how to possibly help young Barnaby. He's currently being held in the Uptown Reservoir, in prison there. So, gather what you need, get him out before his trial. You will have not only my trust, but you will have my loyalty too. Ólafur, please step forward. You see Ólafur meekishly step forward. He goes, you know the consequences for sharing the secret of the Defiant.
In his defense, sir, we kind of threw ourselves into it, so it wasn't really...
Excuse me.
He didn't really have a choice.
Excuse me, small toad person. Can you please? Just one moment.
And Blanco steps forward and says, we took a rune promise. We swore we would never speak of this. We aligned with him.
You see the Don at this point. The blue stripes in his fur begin to turn an orange color as flames begin to lick out of them ever so slightly.
Arna kind of like pulls people back. It's like, the Don is attempting to speak. I believe we should let him do so.
Thank you, Arnar. You see the flames dissipate in his stripes turn back to blue. Ólafur, present me your index finger. Ólafur shakily lifts a hand and presents his index finger. The Dawn goes, you know the mistake you have made. Ah! And you see with a flash of flames go flying across the room, and you hear a slice as he does. You hear as Ólafur's finger hits the floor. He lifts the finger up with both hands, and he goes, this shall work fine. He takes the finger over to the table, places it in what looks like a pestle and mortar, and he begins grinding it up. You cannot see what's going on within the pestle, but you can hear the crunching of bones and flesh as he does. Before finally, he tips the contents onto the table, leans down, inhales the contents through his nose and goes, yes, leave me now. Leave immediately and return with Barnaby in the water. He turns and strokes the panther as he walks round to the other side of the table and resits in his chair. Ólafur grasps his hand in pain as blood kind of seeps through his fingers. He bows to the Dawn and says, thank you, Dawn, and kind of backs up and says, right everyone, let's be leaving now, shall we? As he says this, Rom, you hear this voice come back into your head. The voice says, I have heard enough. We cannot let them stop the trial of Barnaby. It will impede the Imperial's progress greatly. The time is near, Romulus. It is very near. And the voice dissipates from your head as Ólafur kind of guides you back into the lift and kind of stands there holding his hand. And Imani joins them and kind of begins tourniqueting Ólafur's wrist with a piece of cloth. Over to you guys.
No reaction from Ron.
Are we in the lift alone? Like, are we in the lift now?
Yeah, if you've made your way into the lift, the lift begins descending back to the ground floor, and you are alone.
So why do we work with... So I would say, like, hush, because I don't want anyone to hear, but I mean, why do we work with that asshole again? I mean, he has other people's best interests at heart. He just snorted your fucking finger. And so we're working with this person like he is someone we're gonna trust that he's gonna do something right by these people.
You see,
What?
you see Ólafur kind of grip his hand and grimace in pain as he goes, "No, the Don's family have been long-standing members of the Council of the Defiant. He's, though strong and harsh with his punishments, he always means good. Do not let that fool you. He just follows the rules to a T, and he's just trying to do the best that he can. He doesn't... A couple years ago, someone infiltrated the Mafia, and the Don didn't realize. He's become a lot more careful since then."
I think there's a level of trust and loyalty that we've just entered that if we're not ready to commit to, will lead to severe consequences, perhaps to us individually or maybe even to us as a group. And if we haven't been able to rally around certain missions in the past, which we have, we need to doubly do that now. The stakes cannot be higher. This isn't about the Dawn. This isn't about the Defiant. This is about the entire Sky Realm. This is where we live. This is where everyone around us lives. And we must commit in a way that maybe none of us have done in the past. I know I certainly haven't. And I present to you my hand as a symbol of that commitment, that I will never say anything that will compromise this group of people, and I will never lie to you. And Geo puts his hand in the center and says, I don't need a rune to make this commitment. I just need my friends to stack their hands with mine.
You see Imani wrapping Ólafur with a tourniquet. Goes, we support you as the Water Runners. We'll do everything we can to help break Barnaby out. I have some ideas. We're gonna need some bits and bobs. The blueprints to the reservoir, maybe the guards, schedules, things like that. I can think of some things, and maybe tomorrow we can discuss how.
You have a map, a blueprint, anything at all to give us more reconnaissance of that place.
I actually don't. But
who does?
Off the top of my head,
think about it, Imani. You tell us as soon as you can.
Off the top of my head, I would. Let me think, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. I know some people that might be able to help us out. But we're in. And she places her hand in, and Ólafur places his hand that is missing a finger in the center. Blood kind of drips over Imani's hand ever so slightly.
Blanco goes, Geo, I made a promise to you. I do not like the way the Don works. I have to say this does not align with to do this to Ólafur, one of his people. But if it means we save Barnaby, we save a person, then I'm in to save another person.
Imani speaks up. It's not even just to save just him. If they impose a curfew on downtown, who knows what kind of treachery. We could go back to what it was like after the second rebellion. It could be terrible. You know, the first one was so bad. Who knows what they could do if they got enough guards into downtown. So saving Barnaby is saving a lot more than just him.
You have my honor, my word, and I shall complete this mission with you. And Geo puts his paw on the top.
Ólafur winces a little bit as you place your hand on top of his injured hand.
Yeah, on top. Sorry, Blanco on top of Geo and puts it on top.
Imani and Ólafur look to the other four members of the party, as the lift goes past the second floor.
Arnar puts his hand on top and looks to everyone and says, If our enemies are dangerous, our allies are a different kind of dangerous. We must be careful working with anyone in terms of this mission.
Yeah. Anyone.
As this happens, the lift comes down to the first floor, the gates open, and you can see that there is, the opening of the bathhouse. You can see that it's open. There's a balcony that kind of skirts the second, like there's like a balcony up there that kind of you can see staircases that go up to. Lots of steam kind of emanating around. Like I said, there's a couple of larger tubs over to your right. There's a couple of smaller, like onsen kind of baths, like a tiled bath areas over in front of you, and over to the left is the main exit of the bathhouse.
Before we step out, we're still in the center waiting for Toad. I'm not sure, Evis, if you had put your hand in when you said that or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
And Rom.
Come on, dude, fucking course I'm in. Come on. Really, like I wouldn't be. I'm gonna put my hand in. So, yeah, I'm gonna put my Toad hand on top, just like clammy hands, gonna put it down. Come on. I fucking love you, Gio. Like, what, really? I'm gonna just. Come on.
I fucking love you too, Toad. Romulus?
Oh.
How could I refuse a prince? And I put my hand in. I'm like, you've shown me kindness, I guess I have to show it back to you. I've got your back up until the point I don't. And I smile.
At this point, Imani and Ólafur kind of step out of the lift, and Ólafur goes, I need to get back to my place. I'm gonna just soak my hand and heal with this injury. Imani's like, yeah, I'm gonna take him too. Are you guys coming with us, or do you have other plans?
We're
I was kind of thinking we could. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying rave. I thought it was like rave time after that like intense thing.
I know we have that party, but we can also, I mean, this seems to be. Do I know this? Is this a nice bathhouse? I mean, is this a pretty decent bathhouse?
It is a pretty nice bathhouse. It's pretty busy though. You can tell that it's pretty heaving in terms of clientele, even for this late at night. There's a lot of people there, basically.
Do I know of a better one then that may be more quiet but still good that I can recommend? If not, it's fine.
There is a bathhouse that doesn't belong to the Mafia uptown. It's a lot smaller, but it's like very bougie. Yeah, it's very nice. Very, very nice.
I mean, I know this bathhouse is fine too, but I know of another we might be able to go to as well, maybe just to unwind. I mean, I know me and Blanco are going to, but I think it might be kind of nice if we all just, I mean, I need to get my scales, and anyways, you can see my scales are kind of, not looking as fresh as they normally do, so. But, I don't know, maybe something like that, just,
Ólafur's like, that sounds like a good shout. Well, yeah, that sounds like a great shout. If you guys make your way up there, be safe. Especially with what happened earlier, make sure you stick to side streets. Toad and R lead them carefully. Don't take any major roads or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Ólafur.
No problem. I'll
Be
catch you
well,
guys
Ólafur.
later.
Yeah,
Hold
good luck
your
with
hand.
the hand.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure, we will see you soon.
Killed his hand. Thank you. And kind of walks out of the front doors of the bathhouse, passes the receptionist, which is like this big reception in the center, and there's like this almost like squid-like woman sat at the desk, and you hear her like kind of lift her arm, and as she does, you hear as her like suckers unstick from the counter. She's like, "Bye, have a wonderful day." As Ólafur and Imani kind of walk out of the bathhouse. As you guys kind of make your way out of the lift and kind of make your way out of the bathhouse, you find yourself stood in the street, just outside of the bathhouse. Are you guys planning on meandering up to Uptown for the bathhouse up there, or
Do you guys
what's
want to
your
go?
plan?
I didn't. If you guys want to go to the port now, I'm down. I just feel like a bath might be kind of
Yeah,
nice too.
I need to get cleaned up. My furs. Yeah, just.
It's almost like a shower bath type thing, and to get ready for the party. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. Detox
Yeah.
from that intense
That works.
encounter.
Almost to
Yeah.
cleanse ourselves from some of what we just saw in there.
Well, I think we have time because the party is at 10 o'clock, LSDS, and right now it's 8:30, 8:30. Maybe we have time to get ready and head off.
Amazing. As you guys begin making your way through downtown, you're cutting through little alleys and stuff that R&R and Toad know. You get to an alleyway that basically is kind of topped and tailed by two streets, basically. As you guys get into this alleyway, the voice Rom in your head comes back and says, Romulus, we cannot let them do this. And furthermore, if we can dispatch of that prince, we can push forward with the plans. It is time! And as he says that, you guys see from either end of the street, gentlemen emerge from the shadows. They're wearing long black coats that have high collars and like kind of puffy trousers. I'll give you an idea of like what one of them looks like. So this is what one of them looks like.
Whoa.
And kind of wearing this high collar that kind of covers a portion of their face. And Rom, as this happens, you feel something begin to take over your body. You feel it begin to shift and change. And as you look at the party that you have traveled with, in your mind, you see them as your enemies. You see them as your prey. Over to you as these people emerge from either end of the alley. There's two at either end of the alley.
You see Toad take a deep breath. He's gonna inhale. It's gonna just like blow a really, really hard note into this harmonica, but it's gonna come out silent. So you're gonna see him blowing, just him only hearing the wind, and just looking at them. How far away are they? Are they within 120 feet?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. They're about 40 feet away from you this way, and about 40 feet away from you that way. You guys are right in the center of the alley right now.
So I blow a silent tune into the harmonica, and it fills their head with like such a terrible sound, like a screech that is like no other. They have to make a Wisdom 15 save roll. We're casting a Broken Song spell because Toad's not having it right now.
An 8.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 4d8 psychic damage, and they're going to have so psychic damage. They have disadvantage on all attack and initiative rolls that they make until the spell ends. And so it lasts a minute. So yeah, so I'm gonna roll that. That's 22 points of damage.
Woof.
Beautiful.
22 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no fucking hurts.
You see one of them just grip his head and just go as blood begins kind of just trickling from his eyes, and but he manages to stay on his feet.
It hits all of them too. They all have to roll if they're all in 120 foot radius, because I can do of your enemies. So yeah, so I can choose a point within range. So if they're all in range, because it's 120 feet.
Two
Holy
pass.
shit.
Two pass.
They half damage.
Two pass and one other fails. You can see they all kind of grimace and One of them shouts, "Roll! Get them!"
Rom's hand goes to his hip, where like he puts on his mask, which is a blank feature. It's no like happy sound. It's sad. It's just like a blank face. And from the bottom of his heart, he says, "I'm sorry, but I am not sorry." And slams his hands down on the ground and casts plant growth that just takes over the entire alleyway.
As this happens, as Rom slams his hands on the ground, plants from windowsills and things nearby begin growing really large and ripping out of the concrete around you, creating like this almost plant-like dome of vines and things all around you guys. Can everyone please roll initiative?
Oh shit.
What?
Golly gee.
Holy
Oh.
shit!
Didn't see this coming.
And those two of them have disadvantage on their
Yeah.
on the rolls.
100%.
Not bad. I'm gonna use that inspiration now if it's been 10 minutes.
Cool.
Oh, actually, it probably has been 10 minutes, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah, it has.
Can I do
shit.
bark?
Yes, you can do bark, so there's no
I do
surprise.
bark.
So shit.
Um,
And I'll make
How
my
close is
saving
everyone
throw.
to?
Make
How
my-
close is everyone to me, to Toad? Because you're all gonna have.
They both pass. Everyone, so you guys can decide what your kind of marching order is, how you are formed. Rom, I believe, has stepped forward and turned to face you guys.
I
Probably about
pictured myself letting everyone walk.
ahead.
Yeah, so I
Amazing.
stopped and they all walked in front of me.
Amazing.
And then like,
How far are you from them at this point?
what's the whole length? So
It's about 80 feet, the whole.
okay,
way.
so I'm probably like a good fucking. I would have given myself some this. Yeah, 40 foot.
Cool. You're
Yeah.
stood next to the back ones, and it's about the alleyway itself is about 20 foot wide.
Cool.
So-
Cool. So
so hang on.
22.
Sorry.
22. 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Damn, guys.
Ouch.
I know. Yeah.
I rolled so bad.
So
I
well,
did too.
I thought I did.
Cool. And then 15 to 10.
13.
13.
13.
13.
Oh, whoa!
Whoa. Okay. Huh?
Okay. Instead of doing dex offs, you guys all roll again. All of you
Rollies?
lot
Okay.
roll again.
Oh, roll again.
Oh,
Cody, can
yeah,
I
roll
just
it.
ask you? It says the enemy within 30 feet must
Yeah, I've
make
made it.
wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, done it. They passed.
Okay.
So they're not frightened.
I got an 8.
Got 15.
15.
14.
Roll it? You doing it again?
I got a 9. Oh,
Actually-
oh, so sorry.
Do you want to go Dex?
Cool. So.
I was at 11. I
So
was
what
at
are we-
11 the entire time. So
Okay. Cool.
I'm at a
Amazing.
9.
Cool. So let's go back down through. So those of you that were all 13. So I believe that was Sam, Ryan, Tracy, and Tom. Who rolled highest out of you guys? Now
think-
on that second.
Well, we
I think-
both got 15.
Both
Tom and
got
I.
15, but if we go Dex, Rom will get that probably.
Cool. So Rom,
What's your Dex?
then
plus
Geo.
two.
Plus
What are you?
-1.
Cool. And then what did you get, Sam, on the second roll?
I got a 9.
A 9. Cool. And
Sorry.
What did you get, Blanco?
I got
8. I got an 8.
What did
I
you
got
get?
14.
14. So Blanco. Then R&R, and then Evis. And cool.
Does Rom have to make a wisdom saving throw because he's
Yes,
considered
he
an
does.
enemy?
Yes, you do.
You.
Wisdom saving throw.
$22?
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, get out of here.
So, what you see is these gentlemen in these like black kind of long coats and regalia begin kind of moving. Two of them move 10 feet closer, and another one from behind moves 10 feet closer as well. And they begin kind of all doing these similar kind of hand motions. As you can see, they have cracks and almost like they're almost like their limbs have been separated or have endured wounds. But these wounds begin to glow different colors as they begin kind of casting. And can Geo, Toad, and Evis please make wisdom saving throws for me? Wisdom or calm? I'll let it be wisdom or calm, dependent on which you would like to do.
Okay.
okay, I'm just
Is it-
gonna use my inspiration you gave me.
Cool.
Is that a D8?
Yes.
Okay,
19.
Fail, I got a 9.
19.
a 15.
15. So, as they try and do that, Evis and Geo, you feel some of like your arcane ability trying to be like almost lifted from you, almost like someone's trying to pull a portion of your ability to cast magical abilities away from you. But you guys resist and kind of hunker yourselves in for what's about to happen. Toad, you feel some of that arcane power that you've been full with, that you've been, filled with when you've been singing and giving out your bardic inspiration. You feel it almost being drawn from your chest, and almost like to you, you can see like this tendril of like energy kind of drift away from you. Can you please mark off one of your second level spell slots, please?
Holy
I don't have
fuck,
any.
dude.
I don't have one.
Oh,
I'm already out.
You're already out? In that
I've been
case,
out.
a first level, please.
oh
Joke's on
man,
you.
what the fuck?
I let it go too because like I know with my bad luck that I have, like I'm gonna go ahead and take it. So it's gonna backfire because I'm not good luck. It's
Amazing.
fine.
Next up is Rom.
Okay. So how far? What's everyone's?
They're about
Order.
40 feet away from you, and then who's closest in you guys? Were you stood in kind of like circle, a line?
Are we
like,
close to each other? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How
my
close are we
question.
to each other?
I'd say you're probably within the 20 feet. You're probably like separated maybe equidistant, 5 feet apart. Is
Do you
your
all
walking?
like walking
Yeah.
in a line like that?
Cool.
Probably not. I mean,
Or a
no, we're in
jumble.
line, but we're probably walking near. Probably a jumble, I would say.
Jumble.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a loose gathering
A
of
collective.
individuals.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
your pick, Rom.
I will cast Call Lightning around all of you. And as I do, I'm just like I am. Mainly, actually, yeah, I'm aiming for Evis. I am showing my true colors. I am absolutely disgusted with the way that you have treated Aela. Aela, the goddess, sorry, Alia. Like you are worshipping a sick, evil, dark thing, and you are saying it's good. It is morally wrong. It's wrong in every single way. What you have been doing is sacrilege on another level. It repulses me every time I look at you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, right. And I cast a cloud, and then anyone, so Evis anyone within 5 foot of you has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dang.
Yeah,
Is that all of us?
what
I
a-
think
Be
so.
everyone, I think. Everyone at once.
I'm gonna roll because I would say some of you would be then like maybe 10 feet away as the alley kind of spreads. So I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
To see if
I am flying in the air, so
Well, if it's lightning, you're gonna wish you were
I
ground.
know on the ground.
Blanco and Geo are within 5 feet of Evis. The rest of you are with 10 feet away.
So what are we rolling?
Nice.
A dexterity saving throw.
Is Evis rolling anything?
Yes, Evis is.
Oh.
Yeah. Blanco, Geo.
Rolling what?
a
Dex.
dex saving
For
throw.
dexterity?
Yeah.
Oh, we're almost at the point where you get evasion.
After this, we will be.
Yeah. Well.
Hold on. What specifically are you doing again?
So it's Call Lightning, so it casts a cloud that's 60 foot wide, and then it sends a thunderbolt down, and then anyone within 5 foot of the thunderbolt has to make a dexterity saving throw, and if they pass, they get half.
You know what? You can all make that dex saving throw with advantage because you are currently covered in different plant growth that's kind of surrounding you. It kind of has to rip through some of these plants to get to you guys, so you can make that with advantage.
I feel like that's like
Okay.
Rom subconsciously trying to help us, like doing that kind of do us back to back. Like it's kind of him subconsciously like still trying to do
Okay.
something like some deep down.
Nice.
Cool. What did people roll?
I was 13. Sorry, I was trying to see if I had anything as like a reaction, but I guess I don't.
17. 17 from Geo, and
13.
Blanco.
22
Oh, nice. So
on the
just
dex
Evis
saving
gets
throw.
hit.
Just
Oh
Evis.
well, no, actually. So you all get hit, but you take half damage. So Evis, you take 19, and you guys take half.
So we're round down.
Is it round down or round up?
I assume
Down.
damage is down.
9.
So it's not
9.
down.
Yeah. Cool. And then my bonus action, I will summon Reshi,
You see,
which I
Reshi
think
appears.
I'll do it. So she'd summoned above you three again. And sorry, I should have had this ready. It's 2d6, and it's another dex saving throw.
Everyone.
For all of us, or
I think it's 5 feet again. It's 10 foot, so whoever's in 10 foot of Evers.
Everybody dex save, please.
All of us
23.
again?
Yes, please.
Critical fail.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
19.
do
Seven.
we still get advantage?
25.
25, 19.
Do we have
Okay,
advantage?
23.
because
It's
of
another
the vines
dex,
and
so I
everything?
assume so.
I have advantage because of barbarian.
No, because Reshi can appear in an unoccupied space. So no,
I'll get
no
23
advantage.
anyways.
Oh, I see.
Crit fail.
Crit fail for
I got a
Gio.
critical fail.
2
That's
crit
6.
fails.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Fuck.
Roll your fire damage, please, Ryan.
It's 11.
So half for everyone else.
Yeah.
Half for everyone that isn't Gio and
So 10.
Blanco. Can you please make a? I'll let it be Constitution, Strength, or Wisdom saving throw, whichever you want, to see whether you're frightened from the fiery
Fire.
dragon that just appeared.
Oh, doesn't matter. I got a 9.
It's all right. You're perfectly fine. You are able to withstand it at this point. Cool. Anything else, Gio, or is that it?
No.
Oh, sorry, wrong.
Yeah. I'm just.
Gio,
I'll
it's your
take
go.
all of my movement backwards, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you move all the way back in line with these guards, basically. Gio?
Geo drops to the ground with the amount of damage he got, just on a knee, I guess, and raises up
Oh.
and pulls out his side swords and looks to Rom and says, and starts walking towards Rom and says, "This is not you, Rom," and casts command.
Oh. So as you're walking, how far do you walk?
So that I can be in range of him. So it's a 60-foot range, so I think I'm in range of him anyway. But as I'm walking,
Yeah, you are. Ryan, can you just confirm how large is the radius of plant growth?
100 foot, I'm pretty sure.
100 foot. Okay. So as you're kind of wading through these vines, and you can see Rom through the vines. By the way, it costs 4 feet for every 1 foot that you move in these vines. And you can see him, and you basically say that as you kind of look through it and kind of see him through the vines. Go for it. What's the save that he has to make?
on the command, it's
Wisdom?
it is a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. $15?
15 does save.
Oh, okay.
It passes.
It passes.
As he tries to cast a spell on you, Rom, you brush it off. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't kind of seep into your stone and wooden body.
I scream, "There are too many voices already in my head!" And
At that point, Geo goes from walking to his version of running, which is probably a little bit slower, but towards whoever's first, but he's actually trying to get to one of the others, not to Rom, but one of the others, and wants to, as a bonus action, cast spiritual weapon.
Is that a bonus action?
Yep.
And command
Yes.
is as well. One is neither are a cantrip though, because neither are a cantrip. You can't cast it as a bonus action. On your turn, you can only do one action spell and a bonus action cantrip, or the other way around. It has to be a cantrip.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then I'm just gonna go flying into as close as I can get to one of them with my two swords.
Amazing. So you're able to kind of make your way through the plants, and you see one of them stood there. Go for it. Make your you can make your attack. Go for it.
So my attack is
For offhand attack bonus.
offhand attack is 10. I rolled a 5, so it's gonna fail. Isn't it?
Yes, it misses.
Yeah. So
as you kind of do that, you lunge in and your sigh gets kind of stopped by the vines, and you kind of pull it out, and you're like, God damn it, it's a lot harder to kind of get through this than you thought. Cool. Next up is Blanco.
Blanco is just, all this sort of rage has come up because they had trusted Rom. They had, felt like that there had been this bond. And I then channel grief and use it. And how close are they to me? Like,
the closest one is probably at this point somewhere between. He moved forward, so I'd say about 20 feet away from you. So,
okay, so
that's the one Geo's closest to, basically.
Okay, and where is Rom?
Rom is about another 20 feet behind that guy.
Okay, all right. So I have dual weapon.
Yep.
Fighting.
Yep.
So I am going to take my rapier and move to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I can hit the first person.
Amazing.
Closest. I got 17
Hits.
plus 23.
Hits.
Okay. And did you do any damage to that first person?
No, can I just ask a question? I had a +5 on my DC. So would a 10 hit or is a 10 miss as well?
10 misses.
No damage.
Okay, so
damage has been done by Toad.
By Toad?
Toad already did damage.
Okay, cool. So I am, while channeling grief, I'm also, can I do like Zephyr's?
Is it a bonus action?
Colossus
Slayer? Yeah,
Slayer.
100%.
So I'm going to do Colossus Slayer.
So roll your damage.
Okay.
So it's a D8 for...
So the plus D8 plus 3.
Yep.
D8,
and then plus another D8 plus another D8.
Yeah.
So it's 3D8 plus 3.
Yeah. May I just grab the D8?
No.
Yeah, thanks. 19
points of damage.
Yeah.
Can you please describe how you kill this gentleman in front of you?
I through the vines, I'm like bounding, like sort of like dog-like. I'm sort of like almost like getting down on falls, which no one's really seen me do before, just to sort of like get my way through. And I come forward and I take my rapier and I just sort of like bound over that last vine, sort of like almost like, like a stealth attack, unaware. And I leap over almost like a guard dog jumping over a fence to get to, and I drive the rapier down into them.
Into where? Chest,
down, literally, I just thrust it down because they are sort of like this, and I just thrust it down with the rage of like my grief and everything that I'm feeling. I'm just
amazing,
pent up.
You just basically come downwards and you pierce through where like the collarbone would be. You pierce through there and straight into his heart. He just completely goes limp the moment your sword pierces his upper body and falls limp dead. You can see that there is one more about 10 feet away from you, but you're not going to be able to reach him on this turn, just based on all the plants that are there. Yeah.
I ready myself. I take a stance, and there's vines and everything, and I sort of like ready myself to take action.
Amazing. R&R, it's your turn.
Okay, so I mean, with a passive arcana of 16, I'm aware that if you kill or incapacitate the spellcaster in question, this concentrated spell drops. Yes?
Yes, 100%.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be fucking city boyed.
I'm gonna gonna fucking pulverize Rob right now. I'm gonna be real. I don't think I'm gonna try to kill him. I'm gonna put him out of commission. At least I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna go up to Rob. What is that?
So from where you are
Screw it.
to get to him, you can get to the second guard based on the amount of plants that are there, because it
see.
costs movement. It's like almost like difficult terrain. But if you read the spell, it's similar to difficult terrain.
So if you've got a movement of
Yeah.
30, you can do 7.5 in a whole turn.
Yeah, so you can't move very far. So you're gonna have to
So
basically.
it's double difficult terrain?
Yes, it's costs 4 feet
Whoa.
per every.
Yeah.
So you can reach that first
Okay.
guard. You can reach the one
Then
there.
I will go to the first guard.
Amazing.
How bad is this guard looking?
He's pretty bad. He's got a bit of blood trickling down his cheek from where he bled from his eye a little bit, from where Toad hit him with that spell.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I'll just make an attack. Nothing fancy.
Awesome.
Ooh yeah, 25 to hit.
Easy hit.
Wow.
Easy hit.
I gotta re-roll one of those dice. Wait, do I? Oh, I actually don't think I do. I'm thinking of a different character, aren't I? Yep, I don't have great weapon fighting. Whoopsie. That is gonna be 11 points of damage with rage for the first hit.
Wow.
Amazing. Can you please describe how you kill the second guard?
Now that Toad's kind of teed him up, Arnar kind of goes in as this guy's kind of wiping blood away from his eyes. The last thing he sees is just this maul coming right for his face as Arnar just fully clotheslines him with a maul as he just like hits the dirt. And with my second attack, Arnar's gonna use the force and momentum from him spinning around to grab a hand axe from his belt and kind of spin it and throw it in the same kind of movement.
Beautiful.
So I don't get any rage damage, unfortunately, but I will throw it at
Careful. Rom.
Rom. Yeah, I'm trying to hit Rom.
So while he's doing this
Oh
damage,
no, it's a natural 1.
eight total.
Natty 1. That ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. It just kind of clangs out somewhere. Oh, that was gonna go much better in my mind. Oh no.
Rom, you see this hand axe go past you and just clang on one of the walls. Just to re-describe to you guys, you got Rom now at the back end by himself with Gio and Blanco a bit forward, R&R right next to them. You've got Evis and Toad still in the middle, and then at the top end of the alley, you still have 2 guards who have moved forward as well. So, anything else from you, R&R?
Nope.
Amazing. Next up is Toad.
Did Evis go?
No.
I had a 9.
Evis.
I had 11.
Oh, my apologies. I got those the wrong way around. Sorry, Evis, you're first. Sorry.
No,
about
you're
that.
good. All right, great. So, are the roots and everything, they're gone, right?
No, they're very much still there.
Okay.
They're
all right.
They're very much still there.
Okay. Let me see with them. Okay, I am spend a key point to do Step of the Wind so that I can actually just kind of jump up and like over the roots to get to I don't want to hit Rom. I really don't. I really don't want to have to go to Rom. Especially even after that speech, it just feels something's definitely wrong. But if there's like one of the other baddies, I would love to do a punch. And as I'm leaping, I'm taking off like both of the leather gloves and like stuffing them into my belt to make sure that this.
Shit. Amazing. Go for it. Roll an attack, and I'll make my
man.
dex. I'll make my is it? I believe it. Is it a con check that I'm making, or a dex check?
It is going to be. I'm gonna make a dex. It's a dex.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. So do unarmed strike.
Yeah.
And then you have to do. Okay. So I'm gonna roll to hit unarmed strike. Does a 13 hit?
It does indeed.
It does indeed. Okay. Okay, so that hits and does damage, and then with the dex save, really? A 9? It's DC. Wait, hold on. Wait. 9 plus. Oh wait, DC is 8 plus 9 is 17. Okay, 17.
Amazing. As you land this unarmed strike, you powerfully hit them, and for the first time, you feel that surge. Can you please describe how you kill this guard?
Oh, it's like the disappointment of Rom seemingly flipping a switch and not understanding anything. I mean, that we've talked about over the course of the past little while, and forgetting everything. And so I feel like that anger literally sparking up in me, that almost rage that I try to keep contained. And I kind of channel that energy into just that punch. Yeah, and yeah.
Right. His body goes flying, and you can see that electric is coursing around. There's a heavy zap noise as Evis connects with him, like basically, and he just goes flying. Yeah. You can see his limp, unconscious body just kind of twitching from the shot of that strike. Anything else from Evis?
Is there somebody else that I can do punchies to? Because I still have 2 more attacks that I can do. I have an extra attack, and I can, flurry of blows if I so wish.
How much was your step of the wind? To how much movement does that give you?
It doesn't give. It doubles my jump.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Amazing.
I guess, yeah. So I guess I did like the one jump for 40 feet, and then like if there's another baddie within 40 feet, I would love to jump to there.
There's one about 10 feet away that you can just like walk up to if you want.
Yeah, I just yeet myself over there. Yeah.
Amazing. Go for it.
For another.
Go for it. And we'll
roll this time. Okay.
He rolls a fucking 3. Bad.
Okay.
So fails miserably.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. I rolled a 23 for that unarmed strike.
Amazing.
So I'm sure that definitely hits.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep the same dex DC that I rolled earlier, or is this another DC that you want me to?
No, same one. So that's fine. So I'm.
Okay.
He fails his dex check to dodge the lightning, to like avoid the lightning basically that you hit him with.
Okay, great. So this second punch is 6 damage, and then I roll the damage for the voltaic. Okay, and then that'll take 1d6 lightning as well. So, it takes 7 damage total. One of those points of damage is lightning damage.
Y'all are very lucky Toad came in clutch at the beginning there. Please describe how you wipe this guy out as well.
Oh my god. Holy shit, Toad. Thank you for setting me up for the dunk. So...
Y'all just heard wind. Y'all didn't even hear like a note. Just heard wind. Just...
It's like... Yeah, it's like... Jump. Land. Punch. Zap. And then jump, land, punch, zap a second time. But this... Like, the first unarmed strike is... the second unarmed strike is actually like a roundhouse kick to the back of the face. And like I channel the electricity to go through there. And so It's one of those. Yeah.
Amazing. Just completely nail him. You watch as your kick that is almost like a stun gun at the same time that hits kind of like a lower head neck area, just kind of zaps him, and he just folds like a origami doll, just completely folds and goes down really, really hard. Anything else from Evis this turn? You're now, from where you are, you're now about 60 feet away from the other gun.
No, I'm good. I'm good for right now. I'm gonna reserve my key points.
Amazing. Toad, it's your go.
How many of them are left? So how many guards are left? So there's Rom and then
just Rom.
Just
Just
me?
Okay.
Rom. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And so I'm gonna look at Rom. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna go like I'm trying to do a spell. I'm gonna hesitate, and instead I'm gonna inadvertently cast. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Just so wait. So I'm gonna
Sorry.
cast I'm gonna try to do a spell, but inadvertently I'm gonna cast Summon Heckler. Because a small boo is gonna say like boo, just like gonna say that. So near Rom is gonna be satire, like a satyr, you know how to speak. Big pot belly, you know, like that kind of like what it's like a half goat kind of fake kind of creature. It's gonna appear. Would have had my shades, but I forgot them. He's like, you're gonna cry for this guy, Toad? Look at him. He's not even a person. He's a fucking robot. You're gonna cry for him? Come on. Don't come on. You're gonna cry for this guy, and he's gonna have to do a save, a charisma let me see,
Oh no.
a charisma 15 save.
Reach. Cool.
Not enough for those in traditional 5e.
17.
Jesus, bro! Every time, like he's passed every one.
Jeez.
But yeah, and so let me see. So if it saves, I don't think it takes anything. Let me see and make sure.
Ryan feels hurt, so you know, that's something.
Yeah. Yep. So no damage. Okay. And so as long as it's there, they get to keep remaking. As long as he's within 5 feet, you're just gonna have to keep remaking that save. But yeah. And so
Okay.
just gonna see, and yeah, so like in the satyr just looks like almost like a farmer. Like you can see him, but you can almost kind of see through them. So it's gonna be like shit. And that's gonna end my turn.
Amazing. Back to the top of the initiative. There's no guards, so those assassins are no more. Ron.
Cool.
Over to you.
I've got the Core Lightning, so I'm literally going to call that down on R&R. And
Sure.
Blanco. Like,
Yeah, R&R and
hate
Blanco.
to say it, but yeah, sorry, buddy.
Alright.
He goes to point at Toad, and like something, like he just gets a memory of how Toad like refused to eat with him, like just tried to bring him in, and his hand like moves across to the next person, which is R&R. Get in line.
It's a 17.
Cool. Oh, so that's a pass.
Blanco, you as well.
14.
That is, I think it is a 14, so that's a pass as well.
Yep.
Sweet. It's 12 damage, so 6 to the both of you.
6 points of lightning damage as another ball of lightning rips outwards and hits R&R and then leaps and kind of hits Blanco as well. You both feel this kind of course of energy hit you.
Yeah.
Can you roll a save again, Chris? Can you start your turn right there, then the radius of him?
Cool. I think this will be a fail, this one.
I know. I mean,
11?
not good.
Yeah, no, right?
11.
Yeah, so it's,
11. So what happens?
so that's 2 points of psychic damage. So it's like you can't even eat. Come on now. You think you're not gonna burst? You're just a robot. You're not even real. Come on.
And
so
then
and then you have
concentration.
disadvantage on all your next attack rolls. Yeah, so you have disadvantage on. Oh yeah, you get it because you're concentrating on that.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on next attack roll it makes.
So lightning is off actually, right?
So it's a 9, but I've got my feet, which I get advantage on concentration.
Yeah.
So I redo it. Even worse. So 7.
So
lightning
with
just
the,
like
with
fades.
would the lightning have happened before?
So sorry. So that was 2 points of damage. Sorry.
So what happens is you take 2 points of damage, and because that was meant to happen at the beginning of the turn, R&R and Blanco, you don't actually take the 6 points of lightning damage.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. Yay.
Oh yeah.
And then so I still have my go.
Still
right?
your full turn.
Cool. Okay.
They're about 20 feet in front of you.
And how much of that is woodland or vines?
Are you? It's not a concentration spell, is it? That one.
No, that's not concentration. That's just there.
So
Right.
now, yeah, you're there. It's all vines.
Okay. So I'll take. I've got 20 feet of. So it's 20 feet away, and I can only move 7.5. So I'll take that 7.5, and then I'll jump in midair, like with my battle axe drawn, green flame blade, and then I will teleport behind R&R in midair, and I will take that guy's arm.
Disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
nice.
because
Whoa.
the heckler.
Oh wait, he's teleported away from the heckler.
No, but he already took damage from it, so it already got. So when it hits,
cool,
like when you
cool.
fail it,
Beautiful,
you get
beautiful.
disadvantage next
My
attack roll.
apologies. Yeah, go for it.
There you go.
Cool.
Underground Oracle people, they make some cool stuff.
I've missed already. That's a 13. I'll try again for the critical fail. 17. Yeah, so 13. So yeah, nah. So I like completely missed.
You come down, and is this with your stone great axe?
Stone great axe.
It just collides against the ground.
You think you can fight your robot? You can't fight like a human being. You can't, come on, now you're gonna miss. You know you're gonna miss.
Lord.
God damn it.
Getting heckled.
Yeah, literally.
Anything else from Ron?
Geo and T, when I teleported, sorry, I would have been in range of you, so you would have to make a 2d6. Dexterity saving throw to 2d6.
Dex saving throw for you two.
Is that
Arnar,
for-
Arnar, you see this giant axe land next to you as you just managed to step
If
out of the
you're,
way.
are you close to? It's 10 foot. Yeah.
22.
Okay, yeah. Well, if I'm right, if you're attacking me, then yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
27,
get that.
22, all good, but you take half damage.
31.
31.
14.
You say a dirty one.
14
Jesus.
is the save. So 3, 6.
So fire emanates outwards as Rom appears and smashes down in just a burst of fire. It actually burns away a lot of the vines, and the vines kind of retreat a little bit in this area, giving you guys like a pocket of maybe about 20 feet by 20 feet for you guys that is no longer like vined, as some of them retreated due to the fire here. Cool. Next up is Geo.
Just a question to the GM.
Yeah.
If there was water splashed onto Rom, would there be a way that he would be shorted in any way as far as
He's not a circuitry based machine, so no, probably not.
Okay. Then the second question is, how close am I to Rom?
You're about 10 feet.
10 feet. I'm gonna charge Rom,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Oh shit.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, shit.
So it's a con,
That's a bad one to say. It's a bad one to fail.
It's a Wisdom.
wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. 16.
Yeah, you saved.
Darn.
And
That's your action. You can do a bonus action.
that's my
attack
action.
if you
My
want to.
bonus action is
I'll let you do
my
an
side
offhand
sword.
attack. Yeah, I'll let you do an offhand attack.
Yeah, my side swords. 10.
Do you have to hit? Like
10 to hit.
10 to hit. Oh yeah. Yes.
You see Geo kind of rush forward, put his arm out, and cast something. The magic Rom easily kind of steps out of the way, and then Geo, you go to lunge with your sign. He steps out of the other way, and you just kind of glide past him. You're now you, Arnar, and Rom are all within 5 feet of each other. You're all within that threatened space of one another. So if you leave now, you're going to be looking at opportunity attacks. And I'd say at this point, Arnar and Geo, you're probably flanking him in terms of your positions.
Oh, very nice.
Cool. Blanca, you're
Okay.
about 10 feet away from this as well.
Yeah, I am going to cast a spell on myself.
Mhm.
Zephyr Strike,
Yeah.
which means I move like the wind.
Yep.
And if I make an attack roll, then they receive extra damage.
Yep.
Do you negate opportunity attacks as
Yeah,
well?
it does not produce. Yeah, it doesn't get opportunity.
Yeah,
attack.
Crazy one, yeah.
You get advantage on one weapons attack roll on your turn as well.
Yeah, I do.
So you're going in for Rom?
Yep.
Cool. You get advantage.
Yeah,
20,
Hits.
19.
19, yeah, just.
Okay. So I'm going to run in and I'm going to use my mountain hammer claws.
Yep.
And I'm just going to sort of like, use them like double, because I have double weapon action.
Yep.
Use one and then the other.
Yep. Cool, so make the second attack roll as well, and then we'll just do damage
Yeah.
for both.
Okay, so deals an extra 1d8. Nine. Eight. 23 points of damage.
Oh.
Jeez.
Is that with your first attack?
Damn.
With both attacks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right,
both attacks.
Cool.
Holy moly.
As Blanco rushes you, he swings. The claws, both sides, kind of scraping away at some of the wood and the stone that you have, Rom, and it actually knocks a bit of stone off of your body.
And then can I use my bonus action?
No, your bonus action was the second attack.
Okay, can I move away out of the way if he's like from the lightning strike? Can I sort of like, as I come in, can I use, because it says that on Zephyr Strike that I can move like the wind. I move like the wind.
Yeah, so you can step away for no opportunity attack.
for
That's
no
totally fine.
opportunity
Yep.
attack. Yeah.
So you move 5 feet out because that's all the movement you've got left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Cool. Next up is Arnar.
I'm flanking, is that correct?
Yes, you are flanking.
Oh god.
It actually says my walking speed increases for 30.
Okay.
plus 30.
That's fine. You can move further.
So it'd be
Okay.
14.
No,
Like-
I'll make that straight advantage. R&R is just gonna... R&R is gonna wail. R&R is feeling very hurt right now because he has been betrayed many times in his life, and that is something that deeply affects him. He is not focusing right now. He is actually raging. So he is not feeling himself at the moment, so... Roll the hit with advantage. 23 to hit.
Yeah, very much so.
That is 14 points of damage.
14 points. 23 left after 14.
Oh,
14 points
I
off.
think, mine's 14. 9.
Nice. Amazing.
All right, I'm going for it again with advantage. 19.
Yeah, that hits. What's that, the damage?
Nice.
12 points of damage.
Okay, nice. Oh, so I'm dead.
Okay.
Cool.
At this moment, this is what you guys see. As Arnar, you swing your first one and you collide with the body of Rom. It shifts him to one side. As you come back around the other side of your head, you swing and collide with Rom's head. You see it dislodge from his neck ever so slightly for a second. Rom kind of staggers. Rom, you hear the voice in your head. You have done well, but I need you for more. You hear this like almost building of energy as it does, almost like a whoa, 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 as Rom begins dematerializing from the bottom up. You see his legs disappearing and then up to his hips and kind of begins rising. Rom, if you wish to say anything as you dematerialize.
I just start like, deal! What about Reshi's voice? What? Reshi! Reshi, can you hear me? Is there any response?
You hear your dragon for the first time since before the Great Split, say to you, Rom, I am here. And you all hear Reshi talk at this moment.
I'm sorry. I've betrayed you, but I've maintained my promise. I'm going, and I detach my arm, my bag of holding, my axe and everything, and the mask, which I'm trying to rip off, but it's staying on. And as I'm just about to fade, I say, look after Evis and Blanco. Try and help where I didn't. I'm sorry. Barely acknowledging you guys, really. Not gonna lie. The guilt is too much to look at any of you.
And as this happens,
I was gonna say before. Oh, can we say them before?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So Toad's just gonna. I forgive you.
Aranar says, if I ever see that slimy masked face ever again, I will rip it from your corpse.
As he
Forgives you
continues.
too.
Proper
What sides
manager
of
there.
Arna are we gonna see today? Jesus.
Many. He's
As
got layers.
as you continue dematerializing, it reaches your chest section where you have that glowing kind of piece of your chest. The voice picks up again. We have greater plans for you, Romulus. We are building something. Something that can turn the tide. Forever. As you finally disintegrate, and you guys are left with just kind of spatters of arcane energy kind of trickling down. Laying on the ground is Rom's giant mechanical arm, his swag of holding, and his giant stone great axe. You guys are in a quiet alley with a lot of plants
that?
around you.
The heckler says one thing for dismissing him. The heckler's like, "You crying, Toad? Really, you're more pathetic than..." And I dismiss it as soon as he starts going off on me, because he starts,
Turning.
So
Blanco, he's channeled grief, but after Rom sort of saying that to him, he falls to all four, and it's just breathing heavily and doesn't know what to feel, because the grief that he's used is now grief for Rom having betrayed them, and for him going as well at that same time. It's this mixed emotion, and he's just and sort of internally hating himself for having just been part of the destruction.
Right. Gio, last one. Go.
Gio walks up to Rom's arm and sees the second watch.
Sorry.
Takes it off his arm, puts it on next to his first watch, and checks to see that they're both synchronized, and says, "To no one in general, I guess I'll need this now more than you will, Romulus."
At that moment, we teleport to another part of the Sky Realm. Deep within Incendium, the Imperial Prison Island. Rom slowly begins rematerializing in front of Kyber, the gentleman with the green, electric green mustache, spiky green hair, brown robes. He stood there and he says, "Romulus, welcome back. Can you please make your last perception check?"
What?
Ten.
You can do it with advantage. I'll give you advantage.
Just say, now you roll bad. Now.
Yeah. 16.
16. As you look past Kyber's shoulder, you can see that there is like almost like a medical bed that has been like raised ever so slightly at the back. You can see strapped to this medical bed with many tubes and wires connecting to them is some sort of monstrosity, a flesh-looking golem made of pieces of different parts of bodies. And he looks at you and he says, "Our work can begin." And that's where we're gonna end today's episode.
Holy shit!
Bro.
Fuck. I think Evis is gonna need some more time to process because clearly, yeah,
Oh my God.
Rom's outburst hurt them actually a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Arno's
Rom.
having a bad time.
I mean, that's maybe a credit to Rom, to Ryan's acting. That was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, holy
bro,
fuck.
my God.
That was awesome,
Appreciate
dude.
that. So I'm gonna quickly
Shit.
say, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Sky Realm. We hope you enjoyed Ryan's last ever session, at least for
Quit
now.
saying that. Oh.
And
Stop.
we wish you the best travels in Africa.
Thank
Love
you.
you, dude.
Thank you for letting me play with you guys. Actually, it's been so
It's
fun.
such a pleasure to play with.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Sure.
you for being here.
We'll miss you.
Yeah, I will too.
Both streaming and general. Love you.
Me too, T.
And
Hey, Toad and Rom still gotta smoke that Genjika sometime too, so gotta come back.
yeah.
We still gotta smoke that Genjika sometime.
Yeah, leave it
We
at
need a
Kieran.
Rom redemption arc. We need a redemption arc.
so, if you guys enjoyed any part of the Skyrim story so far, if you enjoyed this last episode, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter. It has been such a pleasure running this episode for you guys. We look forward to catching you in the next one. Make sure you check out our Discord, link in the description. Check out our newsletter of holding, link in the description. But otherwise, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.